What's up, family? Trill here, and today we want to talk about more money being approved for the American people. We are experiencing some difficult times that we haven't seen in decades, and Congress is wanting to help as they can. We also have information regarding the extension of the child tax credit. This was a major program, and the data shows us that this was the biggest benefit that prevented millions of people from being in poverty, and Congress wants to bring it back before the end of this year. Now, before we get started, guys, hey, you already know what to do. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel, as well as hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's go ahead and start with the video. Well, guys, new reports are coming out, and yes, it says that the S&P 500, the stock market, could plunge another 20% in the coming months as the recession actually hits America. Yes, guys, this information is coming from Bank of America, and they are warning the American people that this could potentially happen. Now, it says that history shows markets likely to bottom out during a recession, not before it. And yes, this is coming from Bank of America. Now, the stock market could face another tumultuous year in 2023, with the S&P experiencing a dramatic correction if the U.S. tumbles into a recession, according to Bank of America strategists. In a Monday analyst note, the strategists warned the benchmark index could fall as low as 3,200 points, or about 20% from the current levels, if the United States enters a recession in the coming months. Now, history does suggest that if the U.S. economy experiences a recession, the SPX bottoms out during the recession and not before it. Only the March 1945 through October of 1945 recession saw the SPX rally ahead of and throughout the recession. So anyways, guys, this latest report from Bank of America is letting us know that if you have stocks, there's going to be more damage coming soon, guys. And yes, this is coming within the next couple of months, in which the stock market could drop another 20%. This is after some stocks have already dropped as much as 80%. So guys, if you wanted to invest in the past and you still haven't done so yet, I would encourage you to look towards investing now, because you're getting things at a great discount, as long as you have the notion that you will be long term. This is the best way to build your wealth over time. And yes, guys, you might want to find those different stocks, find some dividend stocks, as well as invest in the S&P during these particular times. You can invest in right now, as well as if it does drop another 20%, you want to buy even more. This way, your average cost of $4 will now be around $2 if you average down. But anyways, guys, I am not a financial advisor, but this is exactly how you can build your wealth, as long as you have the idea in mind that you're going to be holding these for the long haul. Yes, guys, we're referring to more than 5 years or so. So yes, guys, you definitely want to look into that. If you have more questions, feel free to reach out to me on YouTube or on Instagram. But anyways, guys, we also got a little bit of information from Bank of America as well in regards to the amount of jobs. And yes, Bank of America is also warning that the U.S. economy will start to lose around 175,000 jobs per month during the first quarter of 2023. And they also expecting a harder landing rather than a softer landing. Yes, guys, according to the latest jobs report, shows that the U.S. labor market is in decent shape, but Bank of America sees trouble ahead. Yes, back in October, total non-farm payroll employment rose around 261,000, beating economists' expectations of around 200,000 increase. It also means that America's job growth is heading in the right direction. But Bank of America expects non-farm payroll gains to be cut in half in the fourth quarter of 2022, which is what we're sitting in right now, as well as turn negative in 2023. Now, during the first quarter of 2023, the bank projects that the U.S. will be losing around 175,000 jobs per month. You heard it right, guys. That is exactly what they are projecting, in which a lot of companies have already been laying off in December as well as in November. So can we withstand another huge layoff in January, February, and March, according to this information from Bank of America strategists? Well, guys, I sure hope not. I sure hope that this does not happen, guys. But anyways, guys, it says right here that it is not clear about the labor market that's going to take a hit, but we are looking for a recession to begin the first half of the year, according to the head of U.S. economics at Bank of America. So again, guys, this is more information coming from Bank of America, which is one of the top 3 largest banks in the world, in which obviously they have smart people there, right? So we definitely want to pay attention to this article as well as the previous article in regards to what we can look forward in the next coming months or so. Definitely, guys, you definitely want to prepare if you can. Go ahead and pay off some of your debt. Go ahead and build up a savings account, build up a 3-month emergency plan, because you don't know whether or not you're going to lose your job or things like that, guys. So you definitely want to be mindful of this information just in case. We don't know exactly how this recession will affect us, but some of you guys out there remember the recession back in 2007, 2008, 2009, but this might be a little bit different, guys. So anyways, I want you to be mindful of this, and hopefully you plan accordingly. Stay safe out there, guys, because it probably will get worse before it gets much better. But anyways, guys, moving on, we do have a little bit of stimulus aid that has been approved in one particular state, right here in the state of Maine. Yes, this is coming from the office of Governor Janet Mills, in which they have now approved of an emergency winter energy relief plan. It says right here that, like many Maine people, I remain deeply concerned about the impact that high energy prices from home heating oil to electricity are having on Maine people. Now, this week we got a little bit of helpful news, and I think it will help us finish up an emergency winter energy relief plan for the legislature to consider. Yes, hello, this is Governor Janet Mills, and thank you for listening. The state of Maine budget continues to be in the black as a result of the federal support and the good fiscal management of my administration and this legislature. But earlier this week, Maine's nonpartisan revenue forecasting committee upgraded the state's general fund revenue forecast by an additional $282 million for the current season, which ends June of 2023. And these anticipated revenues will help us address Maine's most pressing needs, like the need for emergency heating assistance for Maine families this coming winter. So they are trying to use this money, guys, the additional $282 million, to provide winter relief for heating assistance, such as energy assistance for the people in the state of Maine. It says right here that with the help of the legislature, my administration has already taken direct action to help Maine people with the rising cost of energy. These acts will include more than half of the state's budget surplus last spring, successfully pressuring Congress for increased funding for federal heating assistance programs, also securing a one-time bill credit of $90 for tens of thousands of low-income households, $800 in heating cost relief to 13,000 low-income households, as well as up to $1,400 in tax relief for eligible low and middle-income families, as well as our seniors. Don't forget them, guys. They are the ones that probably need this the most. But anyways, guys, this is just the latest information in regards to some heating energy stimulus checks or energy assistance for Maine people. And yes, this is definitely some huge information. But also we have another state that is also trying to introduce something similar to this, and that is the state of Connecticut, in which we have right here the Connecticut Energy Assistance Program expands income eligibility because of the rate hikes that are going on right now. And yes, it says right here that the Connecticut Energy Assistance Program has expanded income eligibility amid the looming energy price hikes set to go into effect on January the 1st. According to the the press release from Governor Ned Lamont, an additional $30 million in American Rescue Plan Act funding will be supplemented this year's $98.5 million of federal low-income household energy assistance, or better known as the LAHEAP program. Now, the press release also stated that the supplemental funding is being put into place to help mitigate unusually high energy prices and to ensure that funding for the state's energy assistance program is available to low-income households. Now, the funding, in addition to the income eligibility expansion, is coming as a product of the House Bill number 6001, which Governor Lamont signed into law on Tuesday, November the 29th. Again, while the income eligibility is only increased by 1.8% across all households, it will allow more households to apply for the program as Eversource and United Illuminating prepare to enact electricity rate increases. Now, the new household income eligibilities are as follows. And as you can see right here on this particular chart, you can see exactly how you can qualify for the Connecticut Energy Assistance Program depending on your household size. It tells us right here on this chart exactly how much you need to make or less in order to qualify. And as you can see, as an example, if you have a household of two, your annual income for your household needs to be less than $51,996. So again, guys, if you are interested in this, I will include this link to this article down below so that you can read all of it for yourself and find out whether or not you are eligible. But anyways, guys, those are just two energy programs that are going on right now. And moving forward, we do have more information on the former President Donald Trump. I won't even stay on this long, guys, because this continues to repeat itself every single day. But anyways, guys, they just found out recently that the former President Donald Trump had hidden around $19.8 million on a loan from North Korea linked company. And this actually happened during his presidency. But anyways, guys, it says that Donald Trump failed to disclose the $19.8 million loan from a company with ties to North Korea while he was president. Now, this information is coming from Forbes, so it is a reputable site. But anyways, guys, these particular documents that were uncovered by the New York Attorney General's office, Trump owed the money to this particular Daewoo company while he was campaigning in 2016 and into his presidency. He didn't list the debt in financial disclosure filings as candidates and presidents are expected to do, according to Forbes. But anyways, guys, the good news is that this particular loan was paid off just over 5 months into his presidency, according to Forbes. But anyways, guys, this just begs the question on why he did not disclose this information. Maybe he forgot, or maybe he was trying to hide something. We don't know. It doesn't necessarily say that information in this particular article, but hopefully we will find out more information before the end of this week in regards to this little bit of piece of information. But anyways, guys, like I said, we won't stay on this long because we continue to have more and more news about the former President Donald Trump. Everyone is watching him right now as he is the only person that has acknowledged his running for the next presidential race. But anyways, guys, we'll just keep you posted. President Biden is also providing around $13 billion to help lower Americans' energy bills. This is in addition to the local states that we talked about earlier in this video. And according to the Biden administration, they said this last Wednesday that they are announcing $13 billion in funds to provide winter heating assistance for low-income Americans, including $4.5 billion through the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or better known as the LAHEAP program. But anyways, guys, in addition to the LAHEAP funding provided through the Department of Health and Human Services, the White House announced $9 billion in Inflation Reduction Act funds for energy efficiency upgrades to low-income households. So again, guys, this is just the latest information in regards to some additional stimulus aid for the American people. Now, this is on a federal level, so this is going to be available for Americans in the United States versus the previous LAHEAP programs that we talked about for those who are local for their respective states. But anyways, guys, the Biden administration wants to include enough funds to install 500,000 heat pumps pumps and to provide upgrades to 500,000 homes, according to the White House. And also the White House said that this would include separate rebate programs for whole home upgrades and appliances, as well as the White House officials said that the initiatives are part of a broader goal to deploy at least 12 million heat pumps by the end of the decade. So again, guys, this is just some additional stimulus aid from the Biden administration on the federal level. So this is going to benefit millions of Americans out there, or let's just say 500,000 Americans out there, or households. So that is some good news, guys. But also we do want to talk about the new information in regards to the child tax credit extension. And yes, we did hear from Senator Bennett, which he says that he believes that they might be able to extend another child tax credit by the end of the lame duck session. Yes, guys, it says that Bennett believes that he can get 60 votes to pass the extension through Senate omnibus bill very soon, before the end of this year, guys. And yes, as Congress nears the end of its lame duck session, one of the Democratic U.S. Senators, Michael Bennett's top priorities is seeking support for expanding the child tax credit once again. An expanded child tax credit passed as part of the American Rescue Plan Act at the beginning of 2021, with half of the payments going to families monthly from July through December, and the other half included when families filed their taxes earlier this year. Now, the program expired after 1 year, but Bennett wants to see it extended permanently because of how much it improved the country's rate of child poverty. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the expanded tax credit cut child poverty nearly in half, with the rate falling from 9.7% in 2020 to a record low of 5.2% last year. So yes, guys, this is huge. This is very good news for the American people, especially those individuals that have children under the age of 17. And yes, these particular numbers are probably true, guys, because we've seen previously where a recent report talked about the effects of the child tax credit. And it says right here that a recent report of this information showed us that the expanded child tax credit created the largest drop in child poverty in a single year. Yes, guys, the expanded tax credit, which Congress let expire, helped dramatically reduce child poverty in the U.S. But again, guys, the expansion increased the value of the child tax credit from $2,000 per child up to $3,600 per child under 6 years old, and $3,000 per child between the ages of 6 and 17 years old. Now, the credit was available to couples that made up to $150,000 or single heads of households that made up to $112,000. So again, guys, like I said, Senator Bennett believes that they might be able to go ahead and put a permanent extension on the child tax credit. This will definitely be received in the right way, especially because we already know that Republicans and Democrats believe that the child tax credit was definitely a huge program and definitely benefited the American people as well as those individuals that have children. So guys, this might actually get to be able to pass through if Bennett can bring it to legislation, and hopefully they can get the 60 votes to get this thing passed. But anyways, guys, once we do, or whether or not, I will provide an update to you. But anyways, guys, I hope all this information in this video was helpful to you today. Well, anyways, guys, hey, that's all I have for you today, but feel free to check out some of the items down below because it offers great ways for you guys to support this channel, as well as an opportunity for you to receive some free money or some free cash, as well as 12 free stocks from Webull that could be worth up to $3,000. Yes, if you are interested, those links will be down below. But anyways, guys, hey, if you enjoyed today's content and you want to see more, go ahead, subscribe to the channel. It's totally free. And if you like today's video, then go ahead and hit the like button for us. It really helps out this channel, as well as it tells YouTube to share this video with others. But anyways, guys, hey, I appreciate you guys stopping by and watching, and I hope to see you on the next video. Peace.